We can see it now.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can. That's
Okay.
perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry for that. First of all, thank you for having me. I will try to do it in 12 minutes in order to give you a very good idea about what Custo is doing. So my name is Francis. I'm the founder of Custo. Custo was founded in 2021 and is mainly about e-commerce. So I will tell you a little story, first of all, about e-commerce, and then I will further go into what we have developed in the last years. So maybe some interesting fact, the e-commerce business is doing very well, even to the point where in 2020 there were 100 billion parcels delivered, according to McKinsey. It seems a lot, but we are not yet where we want to be. And in 2030 we will reach the double amount. We will be at 200 billion parcels delivered on a yearly basis. So to give you an idea, if we look at the ratio between parcels and mail, you see that in 2005 there was 13 times more letters mail post than parcels. And if you look at today, 2025 or almost today, we are on one. So there is an immense increase in the number of parcels who were delivered. So what is the issue then? So if I look to Belgium, that's our home market, you see that we are approximately at 1 to 2 million parcels every day, and that 10% of those parcels are being returned. So this is a lot, but again, Belgium is only a small country in terms of e-commerce. But if you look at other markets, you see that it's a multiplication of that number. So the issue there is that 70%, even more, of people is asking for a delivery preference that it needs to be at home. And there is where the bigger issue starts. Everything is fine until they arrive at your door. But the moment they arrive at your door, 1 on 3 is not at home, which leads to parcels who are being stolen, theft, as you see on the right side, but also lost. Parcels are being taken away again to pickup points, etc., which makes that there is a lot of movements of parcels that could not be delivered. And that was something really we want to do something with. So if we look at the market in terms of home delivery, the main thing people have at home to receive their parcels is a mailbox. It's a parcel box. So if we look at that market, you see very cheap versions. It's a banded piece of steel, which is sold approximately around 200-300 euros. If you go even cheaper, it's really a mailbox. You cannot receive parcels in it. But the more you move up on the right side above, you get a different product, which is aluminium. It's welded. It's more expensive, but in the end, it's the same product. It is not connected. It's not a smart home version. It's just a piece of steel, which makes that in that market there is a huge potential. Certainly, if you're going to see a bit further in the presentation, the smart home market is becoming bigger and bigger, and we really see a very interesting trend there. So on top, what you need to know is that in Europe, there is a legislation which obliges the couriers. It's a Dutch article, but this is the one from Belgium, that obliges couriers to deliver the parcel in the box when there is one. So, and this is something which was only available since this year. It will be applicable everywhere in Europe in the coming months and years. So we really believe that the product, a parcel box, is something from tomorrow. It's something everybody will have. So bottom line, when we did the exercise before 2020, what we saw is a lot of parcels. People are asking for a home delivery, but if you look at those parcel boxes and the companies making them, it are production companies. They are not working on innovation and certainly not on technology disruption. And that knowing that in a market where the home of the future is becoming very smart with connected appliances, with connected cooking, you have smart health devices, smart access, you have physical home protection, you have a lot of categories, and it's a very big market. It's approximately around 140 billion. So we did the whole exercise before 2021, and we were like, okay, the market is increasing, but there is nobody doing what we intended to do. So we came to Custo, which comes from the word custodian. In French, it's called concierge. That's your protector before your house. And we had four things we really want to make it. It needed to be easy, it needed to be safe, sustainable, and efficient. Easy, yeah, because everybody who used it needed to be easily to be able to use it, to install it. But also, we only wanted to have the person that is delivering the parcels could have access, and only the persons, the owners, could have access. Sustainability, as I said previously, we wanted to make sure that when there is a delivery, that the person could deliver and not that he needed to take away the parcel again and bring it on another day or bring it to a pickup point, because in terms of sustainability, CO2s, etc., this is really not what we want, certainly for the future when the number will even more increase. So we want it to be the most efficient. So what have we developed? So I will just let the video play. It's in Dutch. But what you see here is that when a courier arrives,
Dankzij het slimme scan- en
he
bewaarsysteem
will scan.
leest Custo in enkele seconden de barcode
Just
van je
wait a
pakket.
second.
Zo weet Custo meteen wat er wanneer door wie geleverd wordt. En jij natuurlijk ook.
What you saw here is that the courier arrives at a parcel box, he arrives at a home, and he scans the parcel at the box. And this is where we are unique. We at Custo developed a technology that can read for 1,500 couriers globally the track and trace codes of a parcel. Every parcel in the world has a barcode, and we can read it and understand in a few seconds. And this is where we are unique. So we added a technology layer that makes that via SIM card, because there is a SIM card in every box, we can read those labels. The moment we launched this, we received quite a lot of press because it's unique. We have patented it, the whole technology globally. So we are the only ones being able to read track and trace codes, to understand them, and to give the permission to the courier or to the box and to the courier to deliver the parcel. And that is unique in the world. On top, you see a QR code there. You can, out of the application, because you have an app delivered with it, you can give access to anybody. So if you have a neighbor, a proximity store, whatever, you can give him access every Wednesday during a year from 8 to 11, whatever. You decide who can have access. We were very happy beginning of this year to receive an Innovations Award at CES. CES is the biggest technology show in the world. It's every year it's held in Las Vegas, in the United States, and we were very happy to receive this innovation award in the smart home category. So we're very proud of it. And this is also the moment where we changed our business more and more into a B2B product. So what did we do until the end of Q2? We deployed only 140 boxes. We didn't do a lot more, as we were really looking, okay, is this working? We delivered those boxes in 4 different countries. And in a few months, we received quite a lot of parcels. You can see 2,400 deliveries, different couriers, a lot of scanning events. So we had a lot of data, and we still have a lot of data. And that is the moment where we started to talk. We talked since the beginning of 2024 to bigger B2B partners. So today we have 6 LOEs signed. We signed 2 contracts, and this is mainly with mailbox builders. So you see 2 prototypes, which will be we put it in the market in the coming weeks and months. But there is a lot more coming from our technology in the market. So I took a few slides just to give you an idea. What are we selling to those mailbox manufacturers? Mainly, this is 3-4 slides that we share with them. First of all, yeah, we show them that we do. We are the AI revolution. Again, it's production companies. It's patented, as I said, and we bring them the latest AI technology, IoT technology. We also share the data. So it's important to know that there is a lot of data that comes back from scanning that track and trace code, and we share it also with them. They know where their boxes are. They know what was delivered by who, etc. So this is totally new for them. And on top, we give them a part of the recurring revenue. I will come back to it. As we are a service model for a mailbox, we have a recurring revenue model running behind it, and we share a part of those revenues with them. As I said, for the consumer, they open by scanning the barcode. They can give access to anybody using QR codes, but they can also, as you see on the screen of the phone, they can share it with others. It can be family members, it can be other people living in the same street. They can have multiple owners or users of the box. Our model is service, so we sell the hardware quite cheap, and we live from the recurring revenue. So the recurring revenue, how does it work? You have a free plan that we use today, but in B2B, it will always be a plan which will be paid between 5 and 8 euros. What is different from the free plan is that you will have all the track and trace data from all couriers in the box. You can open it with different users. It will also be fully integratable with the smart home connected technologies which are there today, like, for example, Matter. Matter is something we are looking at, and this is something we will continue to work on. So we will become a service model. Just know that in Belgium, we also are starting to work on the return. So you will be able to put your parcel back in your box, and it will be picked up by your courier. And we will, in the future, add numbers of couriers that the box that you have in front of your house is working in both directions. So to receive parcels, but also to send them back. It's only 3 components that we sell. It's a cassette, which all our technology is in. You have a lock, which is opening the door, and it can have a battery. It's not always needed because we have an RG45 port, which is Ethernet and power if needed. Again, this is something we show to our customers. So we have a full dashboard you see on the screen on the laptop, and there you see every delivery info, the parcel info, the usage of the box, how many owners does it have, and also the location info. One of the mailbox brands we are already working with is really putting the essence of knowing where the mailboxes are being sold. It's important for them. They want to know where they are sold, because today they mainly work via resellers and they don't always know where their boxes are sold. And we give them dashboards. For customers, as I said, there is an application. You can also see the screens. They know exactly what is happening in their box via the application. The cost of all that we sell to our customers is between, as you see on the right side, between 150 and 100 euros. So it's not expensive. And we share, so as I said, a part of our revenue. It's the 5 to 8 euros a month. 20% will go back to them. We handle everything from firmware updates. We can do it from distance. We will add all the after sales is coming to us. So once the customer is activating his box, he will be in contact with us, and we see everything what he is doing. For the pipeline in the coming years, we have an overview here of Europe, the bigger mailbox manufacturers. We aim to sell in 2025, in the coming months, the first 1,500 pieces. In 2026, we will even increase. And you always see on the right side with which customers we're planning to work in which year. We already signed 2 of the 5 contracts for 2025. We aim to sign 1 or 2 more by the end of the year. And then by 2026, we will add 2 more. 2027, we really want to have one of the big 3 ones, 3 mailbox manufacturers in our portfolio. This is how we come to the volumes. As I said, in Europe, there is between 5 and 6 mailboxes, 5 to 6 million mailboxes sold. Also in the US, it's almost the same amount. So there is a huge potential for what we do. As we don't sell the metal anymore, we have a very big interest from those mailbox manufacturers, as nobody is doing what we do today. Out of just mailbox manufacturers, I just show you this quickly here. There is a lot of interest also from other potential customers, but again, we will just focus on mailbox and parcel wall manufacturers in the coming months and even years. I think by the end of 2025, we'll start looking again to other types of customers. We, for example, had a discussion with a blood lab which was interested in using our technology because they need to pick up blood samples, and today they didn't have a real solution, a safe solution to pick them up. So this is something we are also looking at in the coming time. On top, what we also can do, we have different revenue streams out of the B2B, so selling the cassettes, and the B2C, the recurring revenue. We will have a lot of data. But on top, we are also looking at retailers and couriers because they can really reduce the number of lost parcels, which is costing them money. Also give them a much better customer experience. And for example, Media Market in Belgium, we had a few discussions already with them. They lose a lot of money about parcels, which nobody knows where they are. Customer is claiming I didn't receive them, and the courier says, yeah, I delivered it. So, and they are even willing to pay a little bit of money just to be sure that a parcel was delivered. But therefore, we first need footprint. This is what we are focusing on at this moment. Yeah, I will not go too much into detail into our funding needs. So actually, we raised 1.6 million. It's more like 1.8 because we already found 200,000 euros in this round, but we are looking for 200,000 more to close this round and really to go to the end of 2025 and deliver the first, as I showed, the first 1,500 pieces, and then increase to the bigger volumes in the years after it, and probably go into a Series A. In the end, what is our mission statement? So we are the first smart home connected technology that migrates a mailbox into a full service box that safely stores everything which is entering or leaving the house, gives access in the most easy way, and notifies his owners when it's necessary. So in a nutshell, what we have built in the last 3 years. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Francis, for taking the time and walking us through what Custo is doing. As a first question, can you please like enhance a bit on the business model side and walk us through again like how you guys are making money and a bit through the numbers at this point in time?
Yes. Today, we mainly made money out of selling mailboxes, as we sold the whole product. So nobody wanted in the beginning to test the technology in their mailboxes. So what we did is we built ourselves a mailbox. So that's the one. I should just go back a little bit. This is the one you see here. It's a 1,600 euros mailbox. It's an expensive one. And that mailbox was sold approximately to 140 people in 4 countries. So it's not a lot, but again, it's a very expensive mailbox. So we knew that if we wanted to increase the sales number, we just needed to be cheaper. And this is what we're doing at this moment. So we are making the technology cheaper and to build them with mailbox manufacturers. So we just sold the hardware, where we start in the coming weeks and months, we will start to ship the cassettes only to mailbox manufacturers, and there we will sell them between 100 and 150 euros, and we will have the 5 euros recurring revenue coming in. So this is where we mainly in the first months and the coming 20 to 12 months we will get our income from.
And how do you see competition for instance, from courier lockers, which are like centralized lockers in like high traffic areas?
Yes.
And how do you see it impacting your potential plans?
What we see, as I said in the beginning of the presentation, is that more than 70% of the people wants to have a solution in front of his door. Today, the parcel lockers is a very competitive market. I think there are 43 providers in Europe or resellers of those locker systems. But what we also see is that people are not willing to walk too far anymore. So it has a certain name. It's I don't know it by head anymore, but it's between 300 and 400 meters that people are willing to walk to pick up their parcel at a locker. So as I said, also is more than 70% doesn't want to move that far and wants a home delivery. So yeah, parcel lockers will solve a part of the issue of parcel delivery, but mainly in the cities and suburban. But once you go more into urban regions, it will not solve the issue of people want to collect their parcels. You also have pickup points, but there also in Europe you see that there is a big decrease in the numbers of pickup points that wants to continue to do it, because there is a lot of traffic coming into your store, but they don't buy anything, and you cannot even service your current customers in a good way anymore. So that's when you start to see, for example, in Belgium, there are 3 or 4 shops a day being closed because they need to live from cigarettes, which are very regulated in Europe, and luxury, which is more and more being bought online.
Thank you for this. And can you tell us a bit? You mentioned, Europe and also some geographic specificities. Can you walk us through a bit, like where did you guys start and what are your expansion plans as well?
Yes. We started in Belgium, so we are a Belgian company based in Ghent. We are 5 people at the moment working in the company. We started developing the product in Belgium, in Antwerp mainly, and we started to sell also in our home market. Today we sold, as I said, also in Germany, Belgium, France, and Belgium. We sold boxes, but again, it was the mailbox as such. Today we are talking to the biggest mailbox, and we signed a contract with them. We are in business with the biggest mailbox manufacturer in Belgium and even the Netherlands. And on top, we signed a contract with Legrand, which is a company selling I don't know, it's electricity material. So our expansion plans are, first of all, to sign. When I go back to this slide. You see the ones above. Solarop is the one I was talking about, Belgian one. Legrand is a French group. Bravus is in Germany. So with Bravus, we are also looking at signing a contract and selling the product, as you also saw in the previous slide. Wasp is in Belgium. Bobby is in Finland. So we're also talking to a Finnish company. We didn't sign the contract yet, but this is something we plan to do in Q1 next year. But we are really good on speaking terms with them, and we plan to go there by the end of Q4 and to start working on prototypes. eSafe is in Belgium. Elux is also a Scandinavian company. So we see interest from everywhere in Europe, honestly. So but we will do it bit by bit. Certainly, because it's hardware, you need to produce it. You need to put it in production. You need to do forecasting. So it's a bit more complex than just selling software, and that's why we will do it bit by bit.
Another question related somehow to customer behavior and especially to the fact that most of e-commerce customers are concentrated in urban areas with somehow limited capacity, like physical limited capacity. How do you see this potentially affecting your expansion plans, or what is your ideal customer profile at this point?
Can you repeat the question, because there was a little gap in what you said and I didn't heard it completely.
Sure. So it's specifically on the mailbox part. There a lot of people are concentrated in urban areas with limited physical space, so therefore, having a dedicated mailbox may be a challenge. How do you see this affecting you? And as a follow-up question, what's your ideal customer profile?
Yeah. So what we're a tech company. From the beginning, we were a tech company, and we still want to be a tech company. So The thing where we are unique is the way that we can, by scanning a parcel, we can open a door. So we are a smart lock. Today we focused on opening one door. We could easily do the necessary developments to make a wall with different doors, even for a multi-residential building. But we could even see, we had a question not a very long time ago regarding a home developer who built a whole streets of houses, and he said, yeah, can we build something that we could have at the beginning of the street, a little wall being owned by the people living there, where they can receive all their parcels. So the answer is yes, we could do that, but again, that's a development that we need to do. So today we are mainly focusing on mailboxes, but you can imagine that tomorrow we can use that technology in a different way, opening different doors, being in an apartment, etc., etc. But seeing the fact that that would cost us money again, we took the decision not doing it immediately. Certainly, if you see the potential and the fact that we are unique with our proposition today.
All right, thank you. Francis, what are the main things that excite you about Custo in, and what are especially in the next 18 months?
The thing which is for us is very rewarding is the fact that, first of all, we showed that we could build this technology. In the beginning, everybody was saying, okay, so a door will open, you will scan it, and then via the mobile communication, you will be able to open a door in a few seconds, because people will not have a lot of time and wait for a minute. So that's something which is we are very happy about. What we start to see now is that we can bring technology to a business which was totally not busy with technology. So when we come to a new customer, you need to see it as a production plant, so a metal production plant, and we start talking about IoT and smart home and the world of tomorrow. And you clearly see that people being in that metal business were not busy with that. So the fact that we can bring technology to those people, this is really rewarding, and we feel immediately where the added value is. And having built a product ourselves where, yeah, that kind of an industry can really see the added value in, and is really ready to take the next steps with us together. This is honestly one of the most rewarding things I did in my whole career, to be honest. So
That's exciting. And in terms of milestones, what are the objectives that you're looking at? So with this round, what do you plan to achieve?
yeah, so at this moment we are finalizing the cassette. You need to understand that when we've built the mailbox, we could easily make something in terms of technology where we were the only ones being owner of the box and of the customer, etc. The first milestone we need to achieve now is the one we will do by the end of Q4, is having a closed cassette and something which customers can change themselves. As I said previously also, is in Finland, we have a customer very interested in our technology, but we needed to make sure that people having or buying our product could change it themselves. And so this is the first thing we will do, is building that cassette. So our technology into a small cassette, which is not expensive, that customers can change themselves. So that's the first milestone, which is very important, because we are not able to send a technician everywhere in Europe to, in case there would be something wrong, to replace or to repair something. So this is the first one. And then the second one is really to build up the ramp up in terms of volume. So build it in, put it together into the market, and grow from there. The second one is the return from home. A lot of customers are asking to us about the return from home functionality, because there everybody sees the added value of not being able, I have not needed to go to the post office anymore if they want to return something. And this is a very important milestone also for us, because we see really that people are willing to pay for that. And even more than 5 to 8 euros. So this is also a big milestone we want to achieve. In the first phase with 1 or 2 couriers, but at term, again, we want to offer that service with all couriers.
Well, thank you so much, Francis, for taking the time to walk us through, you know, the vision and the plans of Custo. As a reminder for investors, so opportunity will be live until the end of the year, I think. So we're working together with Custo to be able to finish this fundraising round and topping off their fundraising needs. If there are any follow-up questions, don't hesitate to address them also on the discussion tab on the Custo campaign page. And Francis and the team, they have been nothing but responsive when with specific questions from investors. So with this being said, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to participate in the pitch, and I wish you a very good evening. Thank you, Francis.
Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, if there are more questions, don't hesitate to send us an email or let a comment in the updates page.